Happy New Year to everyone. We have started this new year with new hope and new determination. At the same time, forget about the past and think about the future. Now we are going to see about Unit 6 Prose, that is from 0 to infinity. It is a biography of Srinivas Ramanujan. It is a biography of Srinivas Ramanujan. Biography means about the history of a person, about the history of a person or an account of a series or events that happened in one's life. That is called as biography of Srinivas Ramanujan. Srinivas Ramanujan is a great mathematician. At the same time, he was from an ordinary background. As an ordinary boy, he became a great mathematician. Now we are going to see how an ordinary man overcame all the problems and became a great mathematician. Now all of you turn to page number. Now all of you turn to Unit 6 Prose. Page number 152. All of you turn to page number 152. Look at the textbook. The arithmetic class was in progress. The teacher was solving questions on division. On the blackboard were drawn 3 bananas. We have 3 bananas. The teacher said, and we have 3 boys. Can you tell me how much each will get? A smart boy in the front row replied, each will get 1. Right, the teacher said. Now, similarly, if 1000 bananas were distributed among 1000 boys, each will get 1. Isn't that so? While the teacher was explaining, a boy sitting in one corner raised his hand and stood up. The teacher stopped and waited for the boy to speak. Sir, the boy asked, if no banana is distributed among no one, will everyone still get 1 banana? There was a roar of laughter in the class. What a silly question to ask. Here, once a mathematics teacher started taking class, that means when the class was continuing, he raised a question in mathematics. In division. 3 bananas were there. If it was distributed to 3 boys, how much each will get? Generally, the answer will be 3. So from the front bench, a boy replied that each one will get 1. At the same time, the teacher raised another question. If 1000 bananas are distributed to 1000 students, how much will get? How much the 1000 students will get? As usual, the answer also the same. Everyone knows. 1000 banana divided by 1000 is equal to each will get 1. That's a usual answer. At the same time, from the corner side, a boy stood from the class and raised a question to the teacher. If no bananas were there, if it was distributed to no boys, what will be the answer? So it was just a silly question. It was not a sensible question. It made all the students to laugh. Now turn to the next paragraph. Quiet, the teacher said loudly and thumped the desk. There wasn't nothing to laugh at. I will just explain what he means to say. For the division of bananas, we divided 3 by 3, saying that each boy will get 1 banana. Similarly, we divided 1000 by 1000 to get 1. What he is asking is that if 0 bananas is divided among 0, will each one get 1? The answer is no. Mathematically, each will get infinite number of bananas. Here, there was a commotion in the class. At the same time, it made the silly question the boy who raised made everyone to laugh, and also it was just a ridiculous question to the teacher also. At the same time, the teacher was very quiet and he started to explain. If 3 bananas are divided to 3 students, each will get 1. Similarly, if 1000 bananas were divided to 1000, each will get 1. Just like that, the boy had raised a question that was, if 0 bananas were divided is given to 0 number of person, how much each will get? That was a question that was raised by the boy. The teacher answered that will be 0. The answer will be generally 0. Mathematically, when you divide it, the answer is infinity. The answer is infinity. Infinity means endless. Infinity means endless. The answer is endless. Now, come to next page. Everyone laughed again. The boys understood the trick. An arithmetic had played upon them. What they could not understand was why the teacher later complimented the boy who had asked that absurd question. Here, absurd, the meaning of absurd is foolish. Foolish or silly, not only. Meaning of absurd is foolish or silly. Then, come to next paragraph. The boy had asked a question that had taken mathematicians several centuries to answer. Some mathematicians claimed that 0 divided by 0 was 0. Others claimed that it was it to be the unity. It was an Indian mathematician, Bhaskara, who proved that it is infinity. The boy who asked the entering question was Srinivas Ramanujam. Throughout his life, whether in his native Kumbakonam or Cambridge, he was always ahead of the mathematics teachers. So here, Ramanujam, as a student, he raised a question to the teacher. He was extraordinarily brilliant. Same time, he raised a question that may make a person to think many times. That was a question: if 0 divided by 0, how much will get? If 0 bananas were given to 0, how much each will get? Generally, it will be 0, but mathematically, the answer will be infinity. Infinity means endless number of bananas. There is possibilities there. Then here, teacher appreciated, instead of insulting him, the teacher appreciated him. Same time, he also gave the illustration for his question. Same time, the boy who raised that question, Ramanujam, who raised that question, it took several centuries for great mathematicians to answer the questions. It was somewhat twisted question. It was a great twisted, complicated and twisted question. It paid number of years to answer the questions. So here the first one to answer the question was, it was an Indian mathematician, Bhaskara, who proved that it is infinity. Here the Indian mathematician, he proved, Bhaskara, he proved that it was infinity. The answer was infinity. Even in his hometown, Kumbakonam, or in Cambridge, where he worked later, he was always ahead of the mathematics teachers or the other scholars. Now come to the next paragraph. Ramanujam was born in Erode in Tamil Nadu on December 22, 1887. His father was a petty clerk in a cloth shop. From early childhood, it was evident that he was um, prodigy. Prodigy means extraordinary genius. A prodigy means extraordinary genius. Senior students used to go to his dingy house to get the difficulties in mathematics solved. At the age of 13, Ramanujam was able to get lonely trigonometry from the college library. Not only did his master this rather difficult, but also began his own research. He came forth with many mathematical theorems and formula not given in the book, though they had been discovered much earlier by great mathematicians. So here the birthplace of Ramanujam was mentioned in this paragraph. Here Ramanujam was born in Erode, that was in the state of Tamil Nadu, in our state, in December 22 in the year 1887. Here his father was a clerk. His father worked as a clerk in a cloth shop, in a textile. At the same time, he was from a normal background, and here he showed extraordinary interest in mathematics. So everyone, even the senior students, they came to him to clarify the doubts and get the problems to be solved. So at the age of 13, he took a book from the library that was Lonely's trigonometry from college Lonely's trigonometry book from the college library. He borrowed a book from the college library. At the same time, it was a tough and complicated topic. It was a tough and complicated topic, even though he took that, and it seems to be very easy for him, and also he underwent a research on that book. And here at the same time he put forward many formulas and theorems, but only a few theorems and formulas are provided in the book. But he formulated many theorems and additional theorems and formulas for the from the content of the book, trigonometry, Lonely's trigonometry book. Thus he proved that he was a genius in mathematics. Come to the next question, next paragraph. The most significant turn came 2 years later, when one of his senior friends showed his synopsis of elementary result in pure applied mathematics by George Shoebridge-Kerr. For a boy of 15, the title itself must be frightened, but Ramanujam was delighted. He took a book home and began to work on the problems given in it. The book triggered the mathematical genius in him. Mathematical ideas began to come in such a flood in his mind that he was not able to write all of them down. He used to do the problems on a loose sheets of paper or on a slate and jot the results down in the notebooks. Before he went abroad, he had filled 3 notebooks, which later became famous as Ramanujam's 5 notebooks. Here, at the age of 15, one of his senior friends showed a book called Synopsis of Elementary Results in Pure Applied Mathematics by George Shoebridge-Kerr. So even the title seems to be complicated, and it seems to be scary, frightening. The title seems to be frightening. And also it was tough and complicated one. Even though for the age of 15, it is not easy to understand it. At the same time, he was able to. It seems to be very silly. It seems to be an ordinary book for him. and at the same time he was happy to look at the book. And also he started to read, and also began to work out problems from the book. Here in the next paragraph, he used to do the problems in a loose sheets of paper. Only in the loose sheets of paper he used to do the problems, and also he will put the result in the. He will note down the result in the notebooks. And before he went abroad, he completed 3 books. That became the famous books. That was called as Ramanujam Fried Notebooks. That was all the conclusions. All the conclusions are the result of the problems that was noted in the 3 notebooks. The three notebooks, and before he went abroad, that became the famous Ramanujam Fried Notebooks. Then come to next one. Although Ramanujam secured first class in mathematics in the matriculation examination and was awarded Subramaniam scholarship, he failed twice in first year arts in college, as he neglected other subjects such as history, English and philosophy, physiology. Physiology means it is related to science. It is physiology means the book that is related to science. This disappointed his father when he found the boy always scribbling numbers and not doing much else. He thought Ramanujam had gone mad. So here he secured in the matriculation examination. He secured first class in mathematics. At the same time, he was awarded the Subramaniam scholarship. After finishing his school, he joined the college. At the same time, he got only good marks in mathematics, but in all other subjects, he was unable to clear that. He was unable to get pass mark in other subjects such as history, maths, English, and physiology. He had only interest in mathematics, in no other subjects. He couldn't get even a pass mark. That was given here. Come to next paragraph. Ramanujam began to look for a job. He had to find money not only for food but for papers as well to do his calculations. He needed about 2000 sheets of paper every month. Ramanujam started using even scraps of paper he found lying on the streets. Sometimes he used a red pen to write over what was written in blue ink on a piece of paper he had picked up. Unkempt means not clear, not visible. Uncount means behaving in an unpleasant way. He would visit offices and showing everyone his flight notebooks and telling them he knew mathematics and could do clerical job, but no one could understand what was written in the notebooks. His applications for jobs were turned down. So here, later after finishing his matriculation examination, he joined in a college where he passed only in mathematics, and he couldn't get a pass mark in other subjects. That was a great worry for his father, and followed by that, he was searching for a job, not only for his earnings, but also for buying papers also. So he needs 2000 sheets of paper every month. Every month he needs 2000 sheets of paper. Ramanujam used to collect the scraps of paper even from that was lying on the streets. A partially written papers, he used to collect that and keep it safe, and later he would use it for writing it roughly. So sometimes it will be whatever he had written the blue ink, he will in order to highlight that one, he used to write in overwrite with the red pen. So but he took this. He completed 3 notebooks. With the 3 notebooks, he went everywhere in search of jobs, but nobody could. He expressed he told others that he knew mathematics very well, so he was able to do clerical job, but nobody acknowledged him because nobody couldn't able to understand what was written on the book. It was very tough for them to read, but nobody could understand what was inside the book. Now all of you turn to page number 80. Turn to page number 153. There are 6 questions. 4 questions in this 153 and 154 also 4 questions. Total 8 questions are there. What was the reaction of the classmates to Ramanujan's question? What was the Indian next question? What did the Indian mathematician Bhaskara prove? Next question. Where did Ramanujan get SL Nonley's book in trigonometry? Here, what was the reaction of the classmates to Ramanujan questions? They laughed, just like insulting him. Then that was given in the guide. You can follow the guide. What did the Indian mathematician Bhaskara prove? That he proved 0 divided by 0 is infinity. That means n plus. That was proved by Bhaskara. Then where did Ramanujan get S.L. Lonely's book on trigonometry? From the college library. From the college library, he got the book. Where did Ramanujan do his mathematical problems? On the loose sheets of paper, and finally updated the solution of the problems in a notebook. That are the 4 questions in page number 152. There are 4 questions. You can go through the 4 questions and read the passage once more and come to the next class. Thank you.